know, they're looking for interesting accounts from offshore. Well, you're in the right place, Jimmy. And they won't prove taxing either, as by the power of PDF printer and pocket dictionary, we bring you this week's Pirlo paper. Bosh! Italy beat England. Bosh! Frau Merkel won't sit bloody down. Bosh! Germans say Spain actually a bit dull. And you'll never guess who they use as a reference for that either. Now, let's tackle Italy first, an idea that somehow never occurred to Roy Hodgson's England, of course. Italy winners Sunday night over an England side that didn't so much play on the counter as cower behind the cash till, and while the victory did come on penalties, the game absolutely dominated by the Azzurri in a manner that the papers in Italy say they haven't seen for a very long time. Since 2006, says Gazzetta. No, says the Repubblica, not since 1978. Against England, says the Corriere della Sera, no, not since never. All the papers agree that Andrea Pirlo was the key man, a Slytherin all over the field, and his chip from the spot was a slap in the face to Her Majesty, to quote the Gazzetta and their player markings. They say he took a bit of an evening off against Ireland, but at Kiev he was once again the captain that we all know. If he'd been in charge of the Costa Concordia, it wouldn't have sunk. Well, that is praise indeed. Of course, England against Italy hit the rocks even faster than said vessel, and Gazzetta, like others, reckon that John Terry was the best of them. He gets a 7 out of 10 in their player ratings. Roy Hodgson, meanwhile, with a measly 5 out of 10. Hodgson gets away with it because he's English, says Gazzetta. If Capello's team had played that badly, he'd have got slaughtered. One or two other headlines for you. Tuttosport, we are the real lions, and here's Il Giornale. It's the Italy that works. Dear Frau Merkel, we'll see you in the semi-final. And it is the Germans who should be scared, says Roberto Mancini in his new guise as front page editorialist of the Corriere dello Sport. Headline here, enormous. Underneath, Bob says, Italy were from another planet. We made mincemeat of England. Pirlo's spoon penalty was the key moment, and I predict an Italy-Portugal final. This from the man who last year predicted that Owen Hargreaves still had a career. Well, it is true that the Germans have never beaten Italy in 7 competitive encounters so far, losing in the 1970 World Cup semi-finals and at the same stage of their own World Cup in 2006. Says Bild, it's time to collect on the debts. Germans doing a lot of that these days. Of course, the German press excited because Germany didn't look too shabby in their quarter-final either, getting rid of Greece like a tub of Swarfiga, ensuring, if you will, that the Greek campaign ended in a loss, just like the names of half their players. Here's our goal Euro package. Trumpeted the next morning, the Hamburger Morgen. 15 wins out of 15. It's a world record. Praise, meanwhile, for Jogi Löw in the Frankfurter Allgemeine and his brave team selection, the likes of Marco Reus, Andres Schürrle and Miroslav Klose joining the team with no ill effects. Say Bild, there's no stopping us now. How Angela Merkel celebrated Greece's sporting bankruptcy, said the paper rather delicately. Of course, it could be a similar story come Thursday with the Italians. But meanwhile, over on the other side of the Euro 2012 draw, there is a fascinating Spain-Ronaldo clash in prospect after Chris pretty much single-handedly eliminated the Czechs. Here he is, jazz hands a go-go on the cover of O Jogo. He's already looking golden, says the headline, reference to his Ballon d'Or quest of tour. He's certainly quite a tiger. He's the best in the world, says Record. Unstoppable, says Arbola. The crowd sang Christian's name till the early hours of the morning. Spanish, meanwhile, far from intimidated, are actually looking forward to this clash. Here's Sport on Monday morning. Vaya morbo, they say. Ooh, this should be saucy. Culés and Madridistas stand shoulder to shoulder to stop Cristiano. It'll be just like a Clásico, reckons the paper, because Portugal play like Real Madrid while Spain play like Barcelona. Well, actually, according to an increasing number of people around the continent, Spain actually play like rather a dull team, because while some were delighted with their 2-0 win over France in the quarters, Marca, for example, they didn't even get a sniff of it. France ran around like headless chickens in Donetsk. Chicken Donetsk. Others, though, were rather less impressed, and indeed Marca running an inquest this week on their website. Are Spain boring? Astonishingly, 65% of Spanish fans said yes. Ooh. Here's El País this week reporting that even the Germans, who in the words of the paper have been obsessed with Spain for the last 4 years, are now getting a bit bored with them. Germany bored watching Spain. Gathered around televisions to watch the Spain-France game last Saturday in their luxury hotel on the outskirts of Gdansk, the players and coaches of the Mannschaft expressed boredom. Why play without strikers? One of the group quotes a comment from British newspaper The Guardian: seeing Spain is like going to school. You know it's good for you, but you can't wait for the bell to ring. Can't imagine who said that. Asked by the paper if he thought Spain were boring, German captain Philipp Lahm replies no, which is a false 9 if ever I heard one. Other Germans, though, have no such qualms. Here's Bild again. 13.5 million angry Germans fought hard to stay awake through this Spanish snoozathon, complains the paper. They ask, though, will Ronaldo be the nightmare that wakes the Spanish snorers? Well, that's the question, isn't it? We're going to find out the answer on Wednesday night. You might want to bring a good book, of course, as Spain take on Portugal. We'll be back at the end of the week with a reaction to that and the other semi, Germany-Italy. Make sure you join us then.